Hey adventurers! Welcome back! This is Sheena Vermillion, and today we're diving into one of the biggest topics in CLM on Cross right now, the end of Season 3, and what the new Season 4 distribution criteria means for the game's tokenomics going forward. If you've been grinding Schultz ranking all season, or you're holding Schultz and wondering where the economy is headed, this one's for you. So let's break it all down. First, a quick refresher on how the CLM economy actually works, because everything in this announcement builds on it. CLM's tokenomics are built on one simple idea: gameplay comes first. Everything starts inside Schultz, the core continent where the story, the dungeons, and the adventure all take place. Every bit of progress you make in Schultz feeds into the economy. At the center of it all is the Schultz Crystal. This is the core resource of CLM, created purely through gameplay progression. You earn it through your Schultz ranking, and that ranking is built from two paths. The first is direct gameplay, Rift ranking points, Field Boss ranking points, and Dungeon ranking points. The second is Schultz Pass missions, daily mission points, season mission points, and bonus points based on your Schultz Pass level. All of those points stack up over the course of a season, and your final Schultz ranking determines your share of the seasonal Schultz Crystal distribution. From there, Schultz Crystals connect to the blockchain. Through a mint and burn mechanism, crystals can be converted into Schultz X, the on-chain token living in the Cross ecosystem. That's the bridge between your in-game effort and real, tradable on-chain value. And Schultz X is deliberately designed to be scarce and useful. There are only three things to remember. 1. Fixed supply. Only a set amount is distributed per season, with no extra issuance. 2. Limited acquisition. You either earn it through seasonal gameplay distribution, or you trade for it on the DEX. And 3. High utility. Schultz X is the exclusive currency for purchasing limited UParts, some of the rarest assets in the game. Now, onto the big news. On June 8th, the team officially announced the Season 3 end rewards. When Season 3 wraps up, a total of 10 million Schultz Crystals will be distributed at settlement. That's the full seasonal allocation, paid out based on your final Schultz ranking. So if you're still climbing, these final days of the season matter. Every Rift run, every Field Boss, every daily mission is still adding to your final payout. 10 million crystals, one settlement. Your ranking decides your slice. But here's where it gets really interesting, and honestly, this is the part of the announcement that I think deserves the most attention. Starting with Season 4, the distribution model is changing. The total amount of Schultz crystals distributed in Season 4 will be determined by the total amount of crystals actually consumed, burned in-game during Season 3. Read that again. The crystals adventurers spent throughout Season 3 are what come back as Season 4 rewards. Why does this matter? Think about basic supply and demand. If more crystals keep flowing into the economy than players are actually using, the value of every crystal slowly erodes, and so does the value of everything you've earned. The team has been very clear that this new criteria is not about cutting rewards. It's a long-term strategy to protect the value of the crystals that adventurers have already earned and are holding. In other words, supply now follows real demand. Crystals burned in one season become the rewards of the next. It's a self-balancing loop, and it directly reinforces that Minton burn design that connects Schultz crystals to Schultz X on-chain. The developers also said that going forward, the focus won't be on pumping more resources into the game. Instead, they're expanding content and creating more meaningful ways to actually use Schultz crystals, so the value comes from utility, not inflation. So how is all this reflected on-chain right now? Let's take a quick look at Schultz X. At the time of recording, Schultz X is trading at roughly 0.27 cross. That's around 2.3 cents. The current total supply sits just under 7.9 million tokens, which lines up with that fixed season-gated issuance we talked about. And the trade history shows steady two-way action, buys and sells flowing through the DEX around the clock. Now, as always, none of this is financial advice. Prices move, markets shift, and you should always do your own research. But what the numbers do show is a live, functioning economy where gameplay, burning, and trading are all feeding into one loop, exactly as the tokenomics were designed. So, quick action plan as Season 3 enters its final stretch. First, push your Shields ranking. The 10 million crystal settlement is based on your final standing, so finish your dungeon runs, your rift rankings, and your field boss fights. Second, clear your Shields Pass missions, daily points, season points, and that Shields Pass level bonus all stack into your final ranking. And third, remember that every crystal consumed this season literally shapes the size of next season's reward pool. Spending isn't waste anymore, it's part of the engine. And that's the full picture, adventurers. Season 3 closes out with the 10 million Shields crystal distribution, and Season 4 ushers in a burn-based reward model built to keep this economy healthy for the long run. Gameplay first, value follows. That's the CLM way. I'm Sheena Vermillion. If this breakdown helped you, you know what to do. I'll see you in Shields. Good luck on those final rankings, and I'll catch you in the next one.